Tuesday, we say it's never too late to learn how to dive into a new hobby, craft, or lifestyle. And we're here with producer Kristen Thompson, who shared that you have a really fun craft that you were kind of keeping this little secret to yourself. It's so cool.
I do. It's like what I love to do for birthdays, especially Christmas.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I got started, is around Christmas time.
So tell us,
what can I do?
Yeah, tell us a little bit what's in this vase.
Of course. So how I got started, I looked up on TikTok, of course, and I was trying to figure out all these different flowers to make, and it's a little challenge, a little trial and error. But I made some lilies right here, and then I made this little, I believe, lavender.
Yeah.
And then these little daisies, which are the easiest to make out of all of these.
They're so cute.
Thank you.
And you had to ask me before we started which flower is my favorite, and I said, I love a lily. And you're like, oh, I know how to do those.
Yes, I will say, like, out of all of them, lilies was like the first flower I learned how to make.
Oh, that's so fun.
Yes.
Okay, so you had me pick out a color, and
and
we had to make sure that there's 18 of them. What are we doing now?
Okay, so what we're doing is we're gonna fold a lot of them. This is the most time-consuming part. So you just fold them all in half, and then after you fold around, you're gonna fold all of them, but we're gonna set like 6 aside.
Okay.
And then the other ones we actually have to cut them in half.
Okay.
And you'll see pretty soon like how that process goes and why we're doing that, of course. But these 6 ones that we're setting aside right now, those are actually going to be the outline of our petals.
Oh, awesome. Okay. You're doing this a lot quicker than I am. It's almost like you have a little bit more practice.
Just a little bit, especially being like slam of the holidays. I gave myself like 3 days to make like 5 different bouquets, and that is a lot of work.
Oh my goodness, yeah. I bet. So what other colors have you kind of done? So if you're doing one for like the holidays, what do you try to do?
So my favorite thing to ask is like, what's your favorite color and favorite flower? That's like the most important one I try to figure out. And then as soon as I figure that out, if I don't know how to do it, I'll go ahead and like, again, look on TikTok really quickly. One of my favorite ones I think that I have made, besides the little lavender ones over there, is the sunflower. The sunflower was so gorgeous. I wish I had a little one to display it for you. But that one, there's a lot more petals into it.
Yeah.
But when it all comes together, it looks so amazing. I know it looks a little crazy right now.
No, I mean, that even makes sense for like the lavender, the amount of little petals that are in that.
My goodness.
And I want to say, I think it's interesting that you brought up that you saw it on TikTok, because I've seen this as like a hobby before on TikTok. But
yes, I think like sometime last year it was like really taking off, and I was getting around Christmas time, didn't have a new job, just graduated college, and I was like, what can I do for all my family and friends?
Yeah.
And usually I do painting, but I was like, I only have 3 days. So I immediately went to TikTok and was like, what can I do?
Oh my
and
goodness.
This immediately showed up, and I started watching videos, and I was like, oh, this is not too bad.
Yeah, this is so neat and crafty and kind of therapeutic. But we're going to have to go ahead and keep folding and also wrap on up here. But up next, we've got our Q&A. It's your questions, our answers. Daily Q&A is up next. Well, welcome back to How To Tuesday. And on How To Tuesday, we say it's never too late to learn how to dive into a new hobby, craft, or lifestyle. So when you last joined, we introduced Kristen Thompson and jumped right into making some pipe cleaner lilies.
Yes.
Yeah. So we've been making some of those little petals behind the scenes, and I've just not done that in tight enough right here. But if you want to walk them back through what we've been doing.
Of course. So I already went ahead and took 2 pipe cleaners and then cut them in half and folded them. And then we have one of our long ones, and all I do is I just loop it through here, and then you twist it at the end like so. And then you just repeat that process like 3 more times just so you can have a nice full petal.
And it's been super easy. It's been a lot of fun to do, and again, very therapeutic. So I think I'm on, or I'll wrap up this last one here, I believe. That's got 4. So then again, we took that long, we did, how many of these did we fold first? Of the
outline, we have like 6 of these.
Yeah, 6 of these, and then folded the remaining ones, but then cut those in half, and then use those to fold onto this one. And then once you've done those 4, then you take these, fold them down, and then you were saying really pinch at the bottom, and then take this, wrap it around
because you don't want it to slip out.
it. No. And then once you've done that, then you want to pinch that top end right here. And then I found kind of pushing it in with my thumb a little bit helped. Ooh, and now I've got some of them popping out here.
It's okay if it pops out like a little bit, because at the end of the day, we're actually going to glue all these petals together.
Oh.
And so whatever you kind of like messed up on, because I did that a lot, because sometimes I'll...
So it's also a very forgiving
Yes,
craft.
of course.
That's nice. I always need that. Something that I can...
Me too. Like, desperately.
Where you also, not only do you work in news here, but you also did editing in school. And when I did editing in school, my quote was always, "I'll fix it in post," which is one of the worst things. Like, do it right the first time. Don't fix it in post. But any opportunity I have to fix it in post, I will take.
No, that's completely fair. I remember my editing teacher, that was like one of the first ways he greeted the class was like, "You ever heard that saying? Well, you're about to learn."
Oh, no. That's so fun, though.
I would say it was a good time over there.
Yeah. Now I'm getting quiet because I'm also, like, so focused. I did the same thing when painting, is that I realized that I'm, like, mouth breathing and also quiet.
Me too, especially during, like, commercial breaks or anything like that. This is one of my favorite things I can do. Just to kind of busy my hands a little bit.
Yeah. I like this because it is using your hands, but also, like, I had to stop doing so much crocheting because it started to hurt my hands so much. This is really nice. This isn't bothering me too much.
I also have a little thing.
I'm on the
out.
last petal now.
So I kind of left my glue gun, but
see that?
one of the things I like to do, if we can quickly do this.
Yeah.
So I forget what these are called, like the little metal pieces of the flower. If I can get these out in time. I just grabbed like 7, but since I don't have enough time to count right now, we're just gonna grab like around this. And then you take one of your little extra pieces and then you kind of put it in the center right here. Okay. And you fold that over. And then you just twist it like that.
So what if I've already done all my petals?
So if you've already done all your petals, that looks a little rough. But anyway, so this is the process where we do use the glue gun.
Okay.
So if I can grab that real quick.
Yeah. What we might have to do is post-show, put it together, and then
yes, because I feel
put
like
that on Facebook. That way everyone can see
would be amazing.
how we did it. We can have a little bit more time. Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. You'll want to check on Facebook, WJHG-TV. WJHG-TV? WJHG. And I'll also have it on mine. That's Mia Hernandez. We'll be back in just a bit. Thanks so much, Trey. So we're back here again with just another final How To Tuesday. Going ahead and behind the scenes, Kristen Thompson was putting together the rest of this flower. And now we've got more hot glue. And are you gonna show us how to piece on these little petals? Yeah, that way we don't set ourselves on fire.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Definitely done that before.
We've got about a minute to go ahead and show everyone how it's done. So you're just putting some glue on where we kind of have that stem-like part of the petal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much, and then you just kind of bend it, just put wherever there's space right there, really.
Yeah. Perfect. And then maybe one right here?
Yeah.
Is that what we're thinking? So can I go ahead and try?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'm just gonna put some right there. And then the rest that we're gonna have to do a little bit behind the scenes after the show is tell me what, once we stick this petal on, we've got to make this little stem completely green. How are we going to do that?
Yes, so I don't have the supplies right now, but I have this little floral tape. We wrap it around to kind of make these parts skinnier. Yeah. And then we go in with some like green pipe cleaner and just continue to wrap it around, because as you can see right here,
Yeah.
this is basically what we're doing and then how it's going to turn out. And then I like to like sear it a little bit with hot glue at the end so it doesn't unravel.
Amazing. And here's that last shot of this flower. Thanks so much, Kristen, for coming in and joining us. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday morning. We'll catch you next time.